Hello, I'm Brianna. Welcome to my life on paper, where paper and pictures tell my story. I am so excited to be a part of the Goal Getter Girls Creative Milestone Hop. And I'm also playing along with Series 17 of Christy's Beautiful Life in her 30 Days of Sketches. Today's sketch is by Sandra Lee. I will have her Instagram listed below. The Goal Getter Girls Hop is all about celebrating what makes us unique and makes us each different and what is special about our own channel, and that we're celebrating how we are a diverse group of people with our own style, passion, and creative vision. So, so here, what I am doing is taking this sketch and incorporating what I hope that I like to convey on YouTube. First off, I am taking a Hip Kit stamp and inking it up and then doing a color on color. So it is Catherine Pooler Lime Ricky is the color, and I'm going right over a green paper. And I did at first think about doing a monochromatic page because I really like those, but the pictures I am using are from Scrapbook Sketch, the design team, and it has these just beautiful bright colors that I also love to use. So I've got bright purple, bright pink, bright blue, and bright green. There is an orange, and I just ended up, I didn't have enough places for color, so I ended up leaving out orange. So I made myself a um, I went with my Cricut and I made this viewfinder, which I love to use on my layouts. And if I've made a sketch at least once had the viewfinder on it. At first I thought I was going to use white paper and then as the backing, and then I used black, and then I decided quickly. Now I didn't do a frame, and that's something I normally don't do, but I didn't do a frame like the sketch. But I liked bringing the squares in and then giving myself a little bit of a black frame. The squares are each 5 by 5, and then the viewfinder is 10 inches. Now I have already glued or when I glued the cut file down, it wasn't straight on, but I cut that part off. So I think I'm going to go in yet and trim that little bit of black off the bottom, because it's going to bug me otherwise. There we go. So I repositioned it like 3 times, finally gave up and said, I am just going to trim this so that it looks decent. You're never going to notice. I pulled out of my stash florals, which is another thing I like to use on my pages. You wouldn't have to use florals. You could use any kind of embellishment in this spot. Um, and that means anything. Circles, it could be shapes, it could be buttons, it could be anything. Anything you want, any kind of embellishment. So but I do have all these flowers. I've kind of collected them over the years. That is another thing that I think that's the biggest kind of focus of my channel is the stash busting. So I have been scrapbooking for 25 years now, and I have a little bit of everything. And when I have a new collection, it's probably going to be 2 years old. Um, when other people called their 2-year-old collections old. So that is me, and I'm good with that. And I take a lot of things that don't necessarily come from the same collection and put them together. So as I was collecting these flowers, I thought it was a good thing to go on my pages that could work for any page really. So, and it works perfectly for this. I've got purple. I also have pink. And I thought I really wanted to use bright bullet colors, but because the pattern paper up in the right corner has different shades of pink, I felt like I could use the lighter pink flowers there, and that's what I had. You'll see the arrow is a metal piece. I do use metal in my layouts. These I'm going to use for the middle of the flowers. It's shiny. I like shiny things in my layouts. You can tell that I don't necessarily care about the lump and bump. Um, I scrapbook because I like to be creative, and I'm not being super careful about how thick my albums get. I can tell you I have a lot of them, and that is okay with me. So these white ones, I think I got them in a pack from Amazon, but I just have so many, and I didn't like just the flat look of the one layer of the purple flower, so I've decided to layer the white ones on top. I'm going to do the same thing with the pink ones. And the Paper Studio has those little, oh, they're not enamel dots, they're sparkly domes, and kind of iridescent. So I use the pink ones on the bottom on the purple flowers, and I use the purple ones on the pink flowers up above. I also do like to do a diagonal design, and so I and I followed the sketch, but with having the flowers go up to from the left corner down to the right corner, that is something I often do. Oh, there is one more thing. I think I've covered it all so far. But I think the last thing I wanted to highlight is that I do like to do mixed media. It is something more relatively recent for me. I have only done it for the last couple of years, but I do have a collection of sprays, inks. What else do I have? Sprays, inks. Oh, like pastes and stuff as well. So, this spray is representing the mixed media that I do like to dabble in. I'm not great at it, but I do like to experiment with it. And every time I do it, I'm learning something new. And I just recently, I got this box so I don't get my spray everywhere. Otherwise, I usually get a pretty color matte underneath. But this spray is the Illusion Shimmer Spray in Fresh Lime. And like I said, I do like the bright colors. So we've got the purple flowers, we've got the pink flowers, we've got the green splatters, and then did I bring in the other viewfinder yet? So, and I in my stash, I had cut out a blue viewfinder at some time, hadn't used it, and I have color boxes. So I put it in the color box and I thought it worked perfectly with this layout. So here I am bringing it in, and that's my extra little bit of blue. Um, yeah, at one point I really thought I was going to bring some orange in, and there was some things along the left-hand side there. Ahead of time, ahead of my videos, I will just grab out a lot of stuff of what I think I'm going to use. There's often a lot of things that I put away after the video is done, um, but I do like having options. There is the photo of the design team on the left. On the right side is a picture of me that I used for the design team. Uh, that is a picture of me at my daughter's wedding. Um, I wish I had someone to do my hair and makeup all the time. I'm just gonna leave it at that. So I am arranging the flowers. I knew I didn't want them in a straight line, but I didn't realize I was making kind of cupping them the same direction. Um, and that's okay. I guess I didn't want them curling the same. I didn't want them both going into the viewfinder, so but now they're going the same direction and I'm okay with that. All right, these are American Crafts. I do not generally, and you'll see those purple letter stickers next to me. Those I got from LA Studio. I don't buy my own letter stickers or thickers. I haven't because I'm a little OCD and it bothers me to have anything left over. I can't throw things away. So I stay away from them because I can't handle having leftover letters that you would have to throw away. So I love any of these title sticker things. I was really looking for Dream, which I actually found after I was finished with this, but it was kind of in the wrong color, so I'm happy I found Oh Happy Day because being on Scrapbook Sketch design team was really my dream, and I danced around and it was a happy day when I found out that I made it. Oh, hey, so on the left-hand side there, I have a tab punch, and I was at a crop this weekend, and any piece of paper that was not that big that you thought you might throw away, I punched out and I put it into this pile. Normally, or at some point I might put them into my color bins, but right now they're in a pile next to me, and I pulled out a blue one. The green one was from my green color box because that one's a pre-made one. And then I am going to pull out another one in a little bit. I do like to, not that I like to add height to my items, but I like this foam adhesive for these flowers because I know it's really going to hold them down. You know, you're not, the glue, maybe not so much because they're puffy, maybe not so much the ATG adhesive, but with the foam adhesive, I know it's going to glue it down. So that's why I use that. Below, of course, you will find the playlist to Christy's Beautiful Life in her 30 Days of Sketches, as well as the Facebook group. And I will also have the playlist for the Goal Getter Girls Creative Milestone Hop. Make sure you check them out. Find someone new to subscribe to. It really means a lot to us, and we see our numbers go up. by liking our videos and subscribing, you do help us get out to other people. YouTube then recommends us to other viewers like yourself. So we really appreciate that. And then check out Sandra Lee. That'll be listed below as well. I had to fix my title. I could tell it was like going downhill, so I had to put the O down lower or it was gonna just bother me. This is a cut apart card, another thing from my stash, but I wanted a little bit of green up there since I have a little bit of pink down on the left hand side. And then I end up picking out a pink tab. Now I normally wouldn't do that and put pink on pink, but I wanted something to kind of fill that gap, and it's sparkly and it's fun. I already glued down the blue and the green. I guess I could have moved those, but sometimes a little pink on pink is okay. So I think that might be my last little bit. Thank you so much for hanging out with me for a bit today. I hope you have a fabulous rest of your day, and please come back and see me again soon.